What's going on, Minecraft fans? My name is Bodie, and in this video we're going to be kicking off another hardcore Nether survival challenge. Now the goal of this challenge is quite simple. I must escape the Nether, but I have to defeat the Wither before I can escape the Nether. This video is the first of a 3-part mini-series that will cover the entire Wither challenge. So if you like this video and you want to see how this adventure ends, then consider subscribing and dinging the bell. That way you don't miss out on how this epic adventure unfolds. Now we've got a lot to do to prepare for the Wither fight, so let's get started. So here I am on day 0 at the world spawn with absolutely nothing in my inventory, just like in regular Minecraft. However, I spawn in the Nether. And it's hardcore mode, which means if I die, it's game over. Like regular Minecraft, this means that I need to find myself a tree to punch. I found a crimson forest pretty early on. However, crimson forests are one of the most deadly biomes in the entire Nether due to their high spawn rates of piglins and hoglins. I figured I'd try my luck at locating the warped forest before I dove headfirst into the deadly crimson forest. And unfortunately, I was met with a bunch of dead ends surrounding the spawn. Having been completely unsuccessful at locating any other biomes, I headed back towards the crimson forest only to find that piglins had spawned blocking the path. By this point, I had already spent 5 minutes running around spawn accomplishing absolutely nothing because I am a failure. But that's okay because I'm a happy failure. With the piglins now in the way, I decided to take one of the other paths and hope that I just came across something helpful with little regards to my own safety. You'd think with all the fall damage I was taking that this wasn't hardcore mode. No, I'm just bad. But look, I found gravel. But more importantly, I found 1/3 of mushroom stew, which I completely forgot about in my last Nether challenge. To be honest, before they introduced concrete powder to the game, I actually hated gravel because I think it has the ugliest texture out of any block in Minecraft. Plus, having gravity gives it limited uses. Anyway, ignoring my rant on gravel, I found the other half of mushroom stew. Now all I need is some wood, and not the morning kind. I found out that the crimson forest was pretty much the only direction available to me. Unfortunately, I couldn't bridge over to it because again, gravel sucks. I tried to hug the wall as best as possible, but that just didn't work out. And lucky for me, it didn't seem like any piglin had spawned in the area. And with half my hearts gone, I got my first piece of wood in this entire playthrough. This is the first time in my entire Minecraft career that it has taken me multiple in-game days to get my first wooden tool. But none of that matters because I'm about to eat some wild mushrooms that I found on the ground. What could possibly go wrong? Guys, I think I ate a bad mushroom. There's a pig fighting another pig, but one of the pigs looks human. The pig people were sentient. I was able to give one of them a gold bar, and in return, he gave me fireballs. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Don't do drugs, kids. And once the effects of the mushroom wore off, I got to work collecting enough gold nuggets to create some armor. From rags to riches, today only, sign up for my online workshop for half off, and you too can learn how to make your money work for you and walk around in clothing made of solid gold. And no, it has nothing to do with selling these mushrooms on the streets. I need these for, recreational purposes. Now when it comes to hardcore Minecraft, it's not always about the most fabulous building. It's about the most functional building. Vanity just gets in the way of survival, so all you need is something small yet functional to give you the best odds at survival. Use your armor slots if you want to show off your wealth. As a mushroom salesman, I commonly have run-ins with the local hooligans. A quick bop to the face usually does the trick, and once they're dead, I dance on their graves for good luck. Now I know I just said that in hardcore mode it's not all about vanity, and I lied. This is Minecraft. It's always about vanity. So once I made enough money selling mushrooms, I bought myself a little bit of property out in the suburbs, complete with white picket fence. Only the fence is purple. And I use gold blocks as decoration because that's just how rich I am. Upstairs is where I keep my stuff chest, and inside of it is all of my stuff. I'm letting you know right now that this chest is going to be filled with diamonds and gold blocks in the near future. Just look at this oceanfront property. In today's market, you can't pass up on an opportunity like this. And I've already got a few expansion projects planned for it. But in the meantime, we're going to go adventure for those diamonds I was just talking about. Pro tip, even with full gold armor, the crimson forest is still extremely deadly. Navigate using the treetops if you want to maximize your chance of survival. And lucky for me, it didn't take long before I came across my first bastion. The only problem was that it was on the other side of a lake of lava. I found a small herd of striders right next to my house. These would come in super handy. I just need to find a saddle first. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I have 23 levels and I am just now finding stone. I made myself a full set of stone tools because wood is for poor people, and we can't be having that. And just so I no longer reeked of poor people, I gave all of my wood to the lava, the same way I gave it to your mom. I was finally able to navigate my way all the way to the bastion remnants, and I only fell once. Or twice. Stupid nether warp block getting in my way. But it didn't matter because we finally made it, and we unlocked the achievement. Those were the days. Oh, and I'm 100% stealing all of these lanterns. This is pretty much the only reason I came. Well, the lanterns and some of this blackstone bricks. I told you, I've got expansions planned for the base. I got attacked by a vicious pig and I nearly died, but that's okay, because I got revenge on it by murdering its child. I found a line of pigmen all heading in the same direction. I decided to follow them and see where they led me. Turns out they led me straight to one of their treasure chests. Fantastic. I tried to block them out, but I was a little bit too slow and they ended up getting up here. But that's okay because I had an idea. I figured if I went ahead and pushed the piglins into holes, that they wouldn't aggro on me if I tried to open the chest. I actually only had to push one piglin in this hole. The other 3 all walked in all on their own. And since I wasn't sure if piglin aggroed from seeing you open a chest or just being nearby, I made sure to cover them up just as an extra precaution. And now with the entire room secure and all of the piglins in holes, it was time for the moment of truth. Would I be able to loot these chests or be murdered horribly? And since I didn't spontaneously combust or get completely eviscerated, I think we're fine. My 10,000 IQ play really paid off. I got some fancy gold arrows that I'd never seen before. Look, don't ask me how I played Minecraft for nearly 10 years and didn't know spectral arrows were a thing, because I honestly don't have an answer. The worst part about the Bastion so far wasn't even the piglins, it was all of the hoglins. But lucky for me, the babies don't do much damage, and they actually run away from you once you start hitting them. But it's okay, I murdered them anyway. I came across another chest and I did the smart thing and barricaded myself in. Once I had all of that taken care of, I was still terrified, and I thought maybe breaking the chest was better than opening it. I still don't know if that works, but all it did was make a mess, and then I had to sort through all the items while they were on the floor. Wouldn't recommend it. The mobs aren't even the deadliest part of this Bastion. For the most part, I'm more worried about falling into holes and burning to death in lava. I would say that the Bastion loot was okay. But remember, that's not even why we're here. We're here for the lanterns. That's the big prize. Now this is the 1000 IQ move. Full-grown hoglins can actually kill you in 3 hits, even with full gold armor. Adult hoglins are actually terrifying. This is the same reason why I jumped from the treetops in the Crimson Forest. These things are ultra deadly, and you really want to stick away from them, especially in hardcore mode. Making sure that you barricade yourself off properly before opening any chests really increases your chance of survival and prevents you from getting pounced on unexpectedly. I ended up getting super lucky and getting an enchanted crossbow from this chest, which is awesome. It's always great to have a nice ranged weapon, especially in hardcore mode. I finished off looting the rest of the Bastion. There wasn't anything too exciting in the rest of the chests, however I did locate some iron and that was going to come in super handy. And of course the grand prize was all of the free lanterns. And after collecting all of this stuff, I left the Bastion to go return it to my stuff collection. I finally found my house, but it's down there, and I'm up here, and I don't know how that happened. What's a little fall damage to a gold-plated god? And with that, we finally made it back to the base. No diamonds yet, but I used 2 of those iron bars to make myself a sword, because you know what they say, a good defense is a good offense. And since this is hardcore mode, I'm trying my best not to die. Now, my stuff chest might not look like much now, but just you wait. By the end of this, I'll have more gold blocks than any Minecraft player would ever need. With all the extra gold armor I was looting, I wanted to see if you could melt it. And to my surprise, you could. However, I only got a gold nugget back for an entire chest plate. Mojang, you gotta sort your stuff out. That's just unacceptable. I went out to my front yard to do some gardening. This mushroom, coupled with the string I stole from the pig people, allowed me to make a warped fungus on a stick. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, I totally found a saddle while looting the Bastion. I lured one of these homeless people over with the promise of free mushrooms, and once they got here, I threw a saddle on its back and tried to ride him. Unfortunately, I immediately fell in the lava. I made it back to land and managed to not die, however, I did learn a valuable lesson. Riding homeless people is a very dangerous sport. After a short adventure, I came across another fortress, and to make sure that my homeless person didn't escape, I buried him in a hole. Oh look, another achievement for being awesome. Remember how I said that I didn't know spectral arrows were a thing? Well, when I saw this blaze glowing through the wall, I had no idea what was happening. I could be playing modded Minecraft for all I knew at this point. The first chest that I found was kind of a bust, but I did figure out that putting regular arrows in my offhand prevented me from using the spectral arrows and thus making enemies no longer glow in the dark. I preach this a lot, but always check around the corner before going straight for the chest because you have no idea what might be there. And even though this chest did have a diamond in it, that wouldn't be worth losing my entire world. I managed to come across a few more chests with a decent amount of gold in them. During my adventures of the Nether Fortress, I came across a blaze spawner, and I ended up cornering myself. Do you want to see me corner myself again? Punching a blaze with nether bricks isn't the most effective way to take them down, and this is how I nearly died. Having fallen all the way to 1 heart, I hid in a corner to catch my breath. Let's just say it's a good thing I'm wearing yellow pants. I've had just about enough fun in the Nether Fortress for one day. I'm taking my homeless person and I'm heading home. Talk about an oxymoron. Ah, and here we are. Home sweet home. Before I sign off for the day, there's one last thing that I need to take care of, and that involves my homeless person. He's hideous, and I pity him, but he deserves a better life. And there it is, the first expansion on our oceanfront property. We did a little bit of upgrading on our house, but the key feature here is the new shack for our homeless person. You could say that I'm a pretty benevolent owner. I think we're gonna have to give this guy a name. So let me know if you guys think of anything. I think I'm leaning towards Gollum, but let me know. Well guys, that's the end of episode 1 in our 3-part hardcore Wither Challenge miniseries. As always, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, which I'm assuming you have, then consider subscribing if you're not so you don't miss out on episodes 2 and 3. And if you do like this video, you'll probably like some of my other content, so go ahead and click one of the 2 videos on screen. I'll see you guys in the next one. BodieBoy signing off.